And when I got back, I resigned, bro. I went to my store and I resigned. I said, yeah, I'm not no slave. I ain't finna be no slave. I ain't gonna let no corporate entity, you know what I mean, make me become a slave. And I already know how corporate America is. You feel me? I already know how corporate America is because of how devious I am. And that's why I never wanted to work for corporate America. But hey, I had to get to the bag. I had to get checked. So now, fast forward, I resigned. It's all devious. I got the crossbones tatted on my flesh. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the crossbones come from a book called Rule of the Bone. Rule of the Bone is essentially the essential devious. We call it the essential devious. It's the book that you need to read to fully develop your deviousness, because it embodies devious to every aspect of the book. I don't know how much I want to speak on it, because I would prefer people just get it. But basically, it's about a kid named Chappie who comes from a broken home, and he has to basically go out onto the concrete and develop his street knowledge, develop his experiences in life and his understanding from his experiences in life, and either, you know, and try to make it, try to survive basically in the world, try to survive in the world with himself intact, with his integrity still intact. And the rule of the bone represents that the bone rules. If you allow the bone to rule, it'll lead you everywhere. All you have to do is what is right for you, what is true, what is right for the world, as you are, you know, a reflection of it. And I got on the right side of my neck, so I always take the right path. And it also, in the book, when Chappie gets the tattoo, because he gets this tattooed on his forearm, he says it's like X marks the spot from Peter Pan, and like in Never Neverland, you get to be a kid forever, and like it reminded him of that. X marks the spot. X is where the treasure is, but it also reminded him of Malcolm X. And then now, obviously, R.I.P. X. So, after my conflict in corporate America and my then decision that I would not any longer bear those chains of bondage, of slavery, of employment, I went and got the ink on the flesh. And it's basically, that's the 38th chamber of Shaolin. Once you reach sanctified abbothood within the 36, once you've surpassed the hidden smoke chamber, you then can basically certify your mastery through the 38th chamber. And it's really dope. If you haven't got a tattoo before, it was like, it hurt, but the pain felt good. It was like a release, like my soul was releasing pain. Years of pain, stress, just, it's because you have to like focus. It's like diving in water. It's like you gotta breathe. Like the moments where the artist takes the pen off, you have to breathe like, all right, it doesn't hurt right now, it doesn't hurt right now. And then zzz, and you're like, oh shit. And you gotta like mentally, so it's a game. I felt like it was some very ninja shit. There was kabuki masks everywhere. It was down in the underground village of Shaolin. I was like, bro, this is the 38th chamber. I'll be getting more ink as I reach more levels. Then from that point, once you go through the ink chamber, when you reach a new level or create a new technique, you basically can ink up for it if it's of merit and you feel like, yeah, I'm gonna ink this technique or this level I've reached. You know, this is basically the high level abbothood, the mastery. That's what it is. So that's what's happened most of recently. Like I said on the last video, I have some stuff in development. I have some videos on the way. I got one on the way right now. It's in development. It's coming. It's coming within the next month. Know that it's gonna be here, and it's gonna be fucking dope. I think it's gonna go viral too, honestly, because it's that shit. It's that devious. Like I said, devious is really on the way. It's really on the fucking way. And this 38th chamber of Shaolin, you know what I mean, this high level, you know, I'm in Kunlun now. I'm in Kunlun. And, you know, I just wanted to get on here on HOTEP Thursdays, chop it up with y'all. You know what I mean? Do a real throwback. Just sit down and chop it up with the cloth. And I got some new reading material. I got this Devilman Classic. The Classic Devilman. The original manga collection 1. All the original chapters. So basically the chapters, the 2 original 80s OVAs were made after in the 1990 OVA, the 89 OVA, and the 1990 OVA. Those 2 chapters with Cyrene and chapter where Akira becomes Devilman. And then there's even more chapters at the end that weren't adapted they probably were used for Crybaby. This is pretty much what they went off of when they made Crybaby. And I want to talk about Devilman Crybaby. In retrospect, with Devilman Crybaby, it was good when it came out. I was happy with it. It was cool. It got, it went viral. Everyone found out who Devilman was, which was awesome. But in retrospect, they kind of did what I thought they do. They kept it, it was still pretty graphic. I liked how they still had a lot of risque content in there. You feel me? They had a lot of odes to the demon tentacle hentai in there, which was dope, and I think that shocked a lot of people, and that's what gave it its shock value. So they definitely kept, they kept the hentai shit, but it's kind of like, it's not as brutal and savage as like Devilman Amon, Dark Side Devilman Apocalypse 2001. That shit is fucking brutal. And Devilman Crybaby versus that, it's like almost like chibi level. I mean, I still like it. I think it was dope. It definitely was brutal. It was definitely dope. But, I mean, maybe it's just not been long enough, and we got so much Devilman Crybaby when it came out. It's going to, maybe I need a year or 2 years before I can watch it again and give it a real thorough analysis. It was definitely dope. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying I still want another Dark Side Devilman. Like, I want, like, just an alternate facts universe Devilman where Akira's, the world doesn't end at the apocalypse and Akira's just Devilman. Like, I just want a new story of Devilman where he's just Devilman. Like, some Bleach shit. Like, Akira's just Devilman every day. That's what we need. That's what the new one needs to be. So, yeah, I got this Devilman Crybaby. I finished Midnight 2. Word is Bond, Midnight and the Meaning of Love by Sister Soldier. I finished that with the second book, which was dope as fuck. If you haven't read Midnight, the Midnight series is dope. I've talked on this channel about Quan Foyer's Animal Saga. Animal Saga is like brutal hood epics, right? But Sister Soldier, hers are hood epics too, but they're kind of more emotionally impactful and thought-provoking. So they're a little deeper. It's not just all action and violence and dope fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like the Animal Saga where it's just dope violence and action and it keeps going like adrenaline. It's very well-written literature. It's Sister Soldier writes some of the best literature I feel I've ever come across. For real. So, the Midnight Saga, I've been reading that. Check that out. I'm on book 3, Moment of Silence. And then also, aside from that, it's some urban ninja shit. Like, Midnight's basically an urban ninja. Like, Urban Chambara. Like, he studies in ninjutsu. So, it's like, the streets of Brooklyn, the streets of NYC, but with some ninja shit, because he trains in fucking ninjutsu mastery, and like he's just with this shit where he's got like shurikens on him and shit. He's got his guns on him. In the book, he says, I don't love my guns, but I need them to survive. So I would definitely fuck with the Midnight Saga. That's why I'm reading. That's why I've been reading for a couple of months. The Animal Saga and the Midnight Saga have encompassed my reading for the last several months. Before that, I read Octavia E. Butler, Fledgling, which is her vampire book. It's an Afro-futuristic vampire book. Came out around the same time as Twilight and the whole vampire craze. I read that. And then I read Street Dreams by Quan. Then I read Animal. Then I read Midnight. Then I read Revelations, The Beginning, and Last Rites. The rest of the Animal Saga, I haven't read book 2, but I read 3, 4, 5. The prequel is The Beginning. Ghetto Bastard, I read that one. I read the last one, and I read 3. And then I just finished Midnight 2. Now I'm on Midnight 3. Plus I got this Devilman. And I got hella other books. I even got some Yosef Ben. I got hella other books. So I just been, studying, continuing my training in Shaolin. I'm at the 38th chamber, ink chamber, high level mastery. It's pretty much like, why does a leopard have stripes? Why does the leopard have spots? Why does the tiger got stripes? Why does the lion got a mane? So the other animals know not to fuck with it. I don't know if y'all seen Superfly yet. I went and seen Superfly. I seen Superfly 4 times. And I might see it again. I seen it 4 times. And Superfly is the shit. I'm gonna hop on a different video and do a Superfly Decoded. But this is actually cool for HOTEP Thursday. It's early in the morning. I just had the impulse to shoot it now. I've been having some trouble some weeks. That's why I quit doing them for a couple weeks. I didn't really know what to talk about when I was getting on the camera. So yeah, HOTEP Thursday's back. I think this is HOTEP Thursday official number 4. And we back, baby. We back, baby. It's Shaolin. It's Shaolin. It's Devious. More shit on the way. I'm making big moves for Devious. I'm making big moves for Shaolin. I'm really working on making content. You know what I mean? I've been doing the YouTube thing for a while, just getting on here, talking on my HOTEP shit, HOTEPing like a motherfucker. But now I'm actually making some real moves so I can actually give you guys some real fucking content for you to support so that we can start, you know what I mean, generating this Devious Underground Village Shaolin as a movement, as a online community, everyone involved, everyone who fucks with it. Obviously, with the rap, we have the rap, the freestyle, the metaphysics, the knowledge of consciousness, the anime, the otaku subculture, monotaku, anti-culture, all of that, and music. I'm going to start shooting, making little mini movies, little mini series, web series episodes, shit like that. But first, it's going to start with some music's dropping, some music videos. I'll start incorporating some storylines in the music videos, you know what I mean? But as always, stay devious. RPX. Peace.